My guest today is one of the most accomplished and well-known guitar virtuosos. She released a number of solo records over a very long career and worked with a number of artists, including most recently the Portnoy, Sheehan, MacAlpine, Sherinian project. Of course, I'm talking about Tony MacAlpine. Tony, thanks for being here.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm all right, Roy. How's it going?
Great. Thanks for agreeing to do an interview. You know, I want to start off on a funny note, I think, but I wanted to ask you about the performance with Devin Townsend on the last night on the cruise and how that went down because, you know, we posted a video of that and it went crazy on YouTube and it was funny as hell to see. I was wondering if that was rehearsed at all and what you thought when it was going down.
No, it wasn't rehearsed, and we just didn't really think much about it. I mean, just something that happened, I guess. Yeah, just was one of those things. But, you know, I know Devin, he's pretty cool, and, you know, he's just unique. You know, that's what he does. He does his own spin on everything.
Yeah, no, it was cool. That whole few songs you guys did with different people coming on was really cool.
Yeah, that was kind of hard to coordinate all that on the boat, but, you know, with everybody's different schedules and all the bands playing at different times,
right.
But, you know, we pulled it off.
So you guys, when you had, I guess, like Tony Harnell and Bumblefoot and a bunch of guys come on, was that rehearsed just on the cruise, like the day of or before?
Well, it was rehearsed on the cruise, but not that day, but yeah, we rehearsed it. Yeah, prior to the actual performances. Yeah,
well, that was a treat for sure. So, you know, I wanted to just go over a little bit with the PSMS and maybe a little bit about your career and the new album, of course, which I want to touch on. With you know, the PSMS stuff, you know, how'd that get started and what's the plan sort of moving forward, if there is any, with that group?
Well, I mean, it basically started just through all of our endeavors and all of us knowing each other over the years, you know, and Mike wanted to do a drum video. So, you know, he called us all and asked us if we wanted to participate in it. So I think that was the start of the actual whole thing. So, you know, from that point on, all of us, you know, have worked together in one way or another. You know, I've done those G3 tours with Mike and John and
Right.
And Billy and I have played together forever, and of course I was in a lot of bands with Derek, and so, you know, we've all kind of known each other, and we've talked over the years of doing different things, so it finally came together. But as far as what we're doing, yeah, we are going to work on a record. We're just trying to find the time to actually do that with what everybody's schedule is a bit opposing to, you know,
right,
to that, you know, process, but we are going to do a record. Yeah, we've all agreed that, you know, it's something that we want to do. It's just finding the time to do that is a bit of the debacle right now.
Right. Well, you know what's interesting with Prog, I think especially, I don't know that I see it everywhere, like with a bunch of you guys that all play in these bands. Everybody's in like 5 or 6 bands and all doing different projects just because you all know each other, and it's a chance to put out more music. So it's a challenge for everyone to always find the time to get together.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I've always been one to be involved in lots of different things. So it's pretty standard fare for me to.
Right. And
I think, you know, guys like Billy and Derek. So, yeah, you're right. It's the type of thing where everybody is really involved in more than one thing.
Do you look for projects actively, or it's just stuff like you're at a bar and you bump into someone, or they call you? What's the process that it happens for you? Because you're involved in probably more than most people, really, from what you see.
Well, the bars I go to, I wouldn't run into any musicians, no. But it's pretty much just things that, you know, I really want to do, and if it's something that I particularly like, then, you know, that's the way I chose this path. You know, I don't really play music just for the sake of, you know, survival. I do other things outside of it, you know, real estate and different things like that. Music is more of an art, you know, for me. It enables me to have fun with, you know, being creative because, you know, I first started with classical music, and
right.
We all know that's not a big jackpot. So, my love for music is something that keeps it on the artistic level for me. So it's more or less a pick and choose kind of thing of what the things I want to do.
Right. Just quickly on the classical, which I wanted to ask you about anyway. That being sort of your original background, like you start as a piano, right? Piano player?
I sure did. Started
right.
Yeah.
Do you still work on just like classical music, even if it's not what you're recording and stuff?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I play piano quite a bit. record a lot of different things, and was going to do a collection of records of different violin and piano sonatas with a violinist here. But we again the time. But yeah, I play more piano than anything.
Oh, really? That's great. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. So you've known Derek Sherinian for a long time, going all the way back, I guess, to Planet X
Yes.
or maybe before. I mean, what's it like working with different projects with him? Because I think you've worked with him on a few things, no?
Yeah, Derek's a very unique player. He's one of the best guitar players that plays keyboards that I've ever heard. So yeah, he got his own sound, and he's very gifted and student of the arts like we all are. So and he brings a lot to the table with his originality. And the Planet X days were fun, and his solo stuff has always been good. So
Yeah.
we get along pretty well, and kind of see each other at face value when it comes to music. I think we have a lot of the same interest.
Is there someone that you've played with that really just challenges you, where you're like, that's even impressive to me? I mean, because you're already at such a high level. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, I mean, I like really all of the musicians that I played with. They're all very wonderful people to play with, and I don't think I've really ever worked with anybody that I didn't think we saw the same picture. So I mean, I think pretty much everybody I'm working with is there's something to be done, musically and artistically, or we wouldn't get to that point. So
Right.
yeah, that's how it develops.
Tell me about the new album and who you have playing with you on it, and when's it coming out?
Well, the new record is not finished yet. We're still working on it, and it's gonna take some time. But it has my longtime friend on drums, Keely's Priester, and it's Jeff Loomis playing some guitar tracks as a guest, and there's Pete Griffin playing bass, and we're still recording and still have some more guests coming in, but they haven't done it yet, so I can't really say anything about it. But
Okay.
because they haven't played yet, so if they don't play, I would have said something. Doesn't make any sense. All right, so yeah, that record's going to take a while, and we're at the point where we probably got about 8 songs or something like that. So we just want to keep writing and keep recording. I record a lot of different songs and to get to the point where the record comes out. But it's a progressive record and really heavy, and
Great.
it's very very interesting stuff. Looking forward to it being finished.
What's your process of writing? I mean, do you write on piano, because you say you play piano a lot, or on guitar? Do you sit down and write, or an idea comes to you in the middle of the night? How's it work for you?
Well, I mean, any and all those things. There's no
Yeah.
one thing that I do. I mean, I could hear something on a train, or you could ride my motorcycle and hear something, or just different things. There's not any one thing. I don't sit down and do the same thing over and over again. It's just you have to hear it. For me, I just hear it, and then I go about putting it together.
Do you then send the guys demos, or did they come and work with you in a studio for 2 weeks?
No, I don't do demos. I just I stopped doing demos. I think when I did the Evolution record,
Uh-huh.
I just I have my studio, so I record the songs fully
Okay.
the way that I want them to go, and I used different drum programs to create them. Usually I use Superior Drummer, and the songs are created, and so when the musicians come in, they actually play the songs that are finished. So I don't ever try to do a demo and then try to re-record it again, because it never achieves the same musical pedigree. It just doesn't get there anymore. So it's just good for me just to do it one time, and that's what I do.
Interesting. I always like to find out what everybody's process is. Everybody has their own way of doing it.
Yeah, they
do. It makes it interesting. I guess that's how everybody's music sounds, the way it does, which is cool. I have a good friend of mine who's a huge fan of yours. I told him that I was mentioning his name on the interview. It's Jeremy, and he had a question that he wanted me to ask just about what it was like playing with Vi, and what was interesting for you about that period, sort of not, being the lead guy in that band, and what it was like working with Steve during those years.
Well, I mean, Steve needed a keyboard player and guitar player to play his stuff. As so did Vinnie Moore. Him and I have done stuff together, and
Right.
I've been in lots of different bands where it's just you're a team player. That's a lot of fun, and that's a great thing that being able to play keyboards has enabled me to do. But yeah, it was a long period. I guess, I don't know, 3 or 4 years or something when I did that, and sort of. It's not something I would do again, but it was Steve's contributions to guitar are rather unique, and he's quite a musical individual, and his compositions are I've always found them very interesting musically,
Yeah.
and just being able to work with everybody together, like with Billy in that. Seeing that Billy and I did Edge of Insanity, years before, so it was great to have a friend in that also, and Virgil was in the band, and Dave Weiner, so it was like there was a lot of energy, when that band played. We had a lot of fun, actually, playing all over the world. So
Yeah, that music's great, and those shows are always awesome to see.
Right.
That and the G3 stuff, it's always great, and I love that you guys all do that. It's really great for everybody to see it.
Thanks.
So, listen, man, this has been quick but great. I was just wondering, if when looking back on your career, it's been quite a long one and a really full one. If you are ever surprised at how long the career has been for you, and that you're still able to do it and release instrumental records, with how music changes out there. I mean, if you ever look back and just go, wow, I can't believe I'm still doing this.
No, I don't, because I started when I was 5 years old,
Wow.
and that's just what I wanted to do. And as long as I think I have something musical to say, you know what I mean, and to interact with other people,
Yeah.
it'll be something that I respond to. But when there's no response, when there's nothing for me really to say, I think that's when it's time to maybe pick up the golf clubs or something like that. I don't know, but
How is your golf game, or you don't have one?
I play a little bit, but because you got to find when you get older, you got to find a safe sport that you don't like injure yourself with, like
Right.
basketball and things like that, So
Yeah.
and swimming, these safe things, bowling. Yeah. So I mean, I really do have a love for it still. So as long as I have that, and in playing in front of people is really the great joy. I wouldn't really say recording is, but it's fun to just see people really enjoy music and put a smile on their face, and have them come out to the shows, and it's meaningful for both of us.
Yeah, well, we all appreciate it, man, and keep doing it. Thrilling to talk to you, and I hope to hear the new album when it comes out. Good luck with everything.
Awesome, Roy. We'll send you a copy when we're done with it.
Great, man. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
got it, brother. Bye.
Bye. Thanks to Tony for the interview. We're going to close with a track off the Live in Tokyo PSMS CD. This is The Stranger. For more information and upcoming interviews, please check theprogreport.com. Thanks.